Yo, what's up? A quick live stream on this fine Saturday afternoon, hours away from the big main event, Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk. It's going to be a great fight, man. Going to be a great fight. Looking forward to it. And I'm still extremely unsure of how this fight plays out. Some minutes I think Usyk's going to make AJ miss, gas him out and stop him late. Another part of me thinks Joshua's going to catch him with something big and maybe knock him out. You know, it's an incredible fight. It's an incredible fight. Yes, sir. Haitian sensation. After this live stream, all I need to do really is purchase it. I'll actually buy this pay-per-view. I'll actually buy it. The undercard's not great, it has to be said, but you know, it's one of those fights that's so good. It doesn't really need a great undercard, to be honest. It doesn't really need a great undercard. Yep, card is starting in just a few hours. Yep, so I'll be on here for a little bit. Once I've finished, I'll purchase the pay-per-view. I've actually got to fucking record an ad read for my second channel. Your boy might have some sponsorship coming in, so that'll be interesting. LR, he's working at a pub whilst the fight is happening. Damn, LR. Do you guys have it on TV there? Like, are you going to show it on TV? Wild as a Dosser, congrats on 100K. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, it's insane. I got my fancy little verification tick on the second channel, so that's pretty cool. All I need now is YouTube to send me the silver play button. That's all I need now. HSP, Haitian Sensations having a fight party. Yes, sir. I'm sitting here chilling with a nice glass of orange and vodka. Just a little cheeky one, you know. It's lovely. Really nice. Okay, yeah. That's what you got to do, yeah. Take your break at the main event. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Gang indeed. Gang indeed. 100K, bro, on the second channel in like 23 videos. That's insane. Absolutely insane. I can't really believe that. That shit's overwhelming, bro, man. I'm not going to lie to you. It's kind of overwhelming, but it's pretty cool. Make a pick, you prick. I'm sitting on the fence, Unrivaled. I've got splinters, bro. I've got splinters. I'm sitting on the fence. I've made little to no content for this fight. I've not really paid too much attention to what people are saying. I'm not going to let anything ruin this fight for me. I'm going to enjoy it for what it is and talk about it after, you know. Hopefully it's a fair fight. Hopefully it's a conclusive outcome. That's really all I hope for. That's really all I hope for. If I can get that, I take it as a win. But I can't. If I give you a pick, I'll be doubting myself in an hour and I'll be changing my mind. So what? I'm gonna sit on the fence. Yep. Wish people I knew in real life cared about boxing. Otherwise, I'll be turning up. Yep. Have a fight party. Yeah, fight parties are great. Intangible. Usually with Joshua fights, usually we have fight parties, but one of my friends is working, the other's on holiday, so it's not really panned out this time around. I'm going to watch it by myself. I might order some wings, maybe. I'm debating wings or a kebab right now. Maybe even a pizza. Maybe wings and a kebab. You know, the world's our oyster on this fine Saturday. Big up to Florian Marku every single time. I think he's got a hard fight, though, Hidden Ape. I think he's got a hard fight. I think that's the best fight on the undercard, to be honest. I think that's the best fight on the undercard. Usyk by late KO or decisive decision in a real fight. No, I don't think this one's going the distance. If I had to hazard a guess, something's telling me this fight doesn't go the distance. I can see Joshua catching Usyk in the mid-rounds, timing him, walking him onto a big shot and knocking him out. I can see Oleksandr Usyk making Joshua miss early on, target the body early on with a straight left, and I can see him drowning Joshua and stopping Joshua late. It could go the distance, but my gut instinct is telling me this fight ends before round 12, before the final bell. As long as Maxime Prodan takes out Florian Marku, one less Eddie Hearn gimmick. Intangible's not a fan of Florian Marku. Wings and kebab. Yes, wings and kebab. Madeira cake, he says Marku will get knocked the fuck out. Yeah, Prodan at 5-1 is very good value. Very good value. I think he's like 12-1 on points or something like that. He's worth a bet. That's probably the best odds on that card. Hidden Ape, £75 bet on Florian Marku by KO to get 140. Exactly, Nelson. That's really all I'm hoping for. That's really all I'm hoping for. You know, at the end of the day, it's a great fight. And given how boxing's gone this year in 2021 and in recent years in general, I think boxing needs to get this right and just have a great fight, no controversy, no bullshit, a fair winner. That's what boxing needs, you know, especially after the last year or so. Haitian Sensation's got Joshua by KO. No more games, he says. In a real fight, Usyk makes Anthony Joshua look silly and gasses him with angles. I'm not sure about that, man. Even in the real fight, I think Joshua could win. He can definitely catch Usyk. Have something to listen to in the airport. Cool. Landlord's coming to collect his rent. Benjo says, big up Dell, can't wait for this one. Neither can I, man. Usyk vastly overrated, top cruiserweight but ordinary heavyweight. Yeah, I think it's going to be I think he's very dangerous at heavyweight. So if Joshua wins in a real fight, in a real outcome, not a robbery, I give Joshua all the credit in the world. But one thing I don't want to see Anthony Joshua fanboys class this as a top win, because these guys have been shitting on Usyk basically ever since he's been at heavyweight. So me personally, I'll stay consistent. I'll give Joshua all of the credit in the world if he wins this fight. And I've said one step further, whoever wins this fight, for me, is the number one heavyweight in the world. So to me, this fight has everything riding on it. I give either guy the utmost credit. But if you've been one of those guys who's shit on Usyk this whole time, don't give Joshua crazy credit. Stay consistent. That's all I'll say. Just stay consistent. I know consistency in the YTBC, though, is like, you know, people are allergic to it, so it is what it is. Overnight, the Joshua fans will call Usyk a dangerous heavyweight, you know, unavoided guy, whatever. Yeah, fair chance of a decision. I think Usyk needs a KO to win on the cut. Yeah, exactly. So do I, Benjo. And I think Usyk will actually fight that way. I think he'll try and go for the knockout in some regard. I don't think he's going to go crazy early on. He'll be methodical early on. I think he'll try and find that straight left of the body, get his angle sorted, get his rhythm. And as that fight goes on, he'll try and basically take him out late. Yakubi sparking Kenshiro has reinvigorated my energy for boxing. Yeah, that was crazy intangible. I was shocked by that. I was never as high on Kenshiro as a lot of people were, but nevertheless, man, I wasn't even looking at that fight with any seriousness. I thought he was just going to win a routine UD. Big up to True Crime with G-Man, aka G-Man Boxing. Great channels. Check them both out. Really good stuff. G-Man looks like Canelo's brother. Now, he looks like Matthew Macklin to me. He looks like Matthew Macklin. Yep. Not many people are fans of Florian Marku. I quite like the guy, you know. I've come round to him, Florian Marku. When he came on the scene, I thought, you know what, this guy's a gobshite, but I quite like him. He's quite entertaining for me. Big up to Jed Kyle, coming in from down under. Big up to Jed every single time. Hopefully you're well, Jed. Marku's fun to watch, but he has fans I've seen... Sorry, Marku was fun to watch, but his fans I've seen literally just post Marku videos and gain crazy views and subs. Well, True Crime with G-Man, if Marku wins this fight, we need to get on that fucking bandwagon. That's what we need to do. Yeah, there's a case of that as well, Wizard Sleeve. there is a case of that as well. But again, all I'll say to you is just stay consistent. Just stay consistent. Like for me, this would be, it's a toss-up. If Joshua wins this fight, and let's say he wins this fight clean, it's a top 2 win for Joshua. I would struggle to really... It's either that or Klitschko, in my opinion. It would be either this or Klitschko. Yeah, when Usyk fought Chisora, the weight difference was 38 pounds. Now it's just 17 pounds. Don't expect Joshua to be such a bigger man. Yeah, and people look back at that fight, but Chisora's got a unique style in the heavyweight division. There's nobody really like Chisora, apart from Chisora. So stylistically, you can't really draw any parallels from that fight. But in terms of like pure weight and size and strength, I felt Usyk, apart from like the first 2 or 3 rounds, did pretty well dealing with that. Unrivaled's commentating tonight, by the way, lads. If you've not checked out Unrivaled, check out his channel. Really good stuff, and he's covering tonight's fight. If you want to turn off Sky Sports commentary, which I more than likely will do, check out Unrivaled stream tonight. Usyk's going to go into beast mode. I'm just not sure, man. I'm not sure. Yeah, Marky Prodan is the true co-main event. I agree. Usyk's arms, shoulders, and back look like the same as Joshua. The 20 pounds is in his legs, yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Campbell Hatton's fighting tonight as well. Hopefully Campbell Hatton gets fucking splattered. Intangible. No, G-Man, not really. Not really, to be honest, bro. It'll be the same sort of thing. Yeah, a draw would be worth a punt. It would definitely be worth a bet. Beating Usyk is nothing special, in Wizard Sleeve's opinion. I disagree, man. If Joshua wins this fight, it's a great win. In my opinion, it's a great win. Like people say Usyk's looked terrible at heavyweight, yet he did better than Parker against Chisora, easily. And he clearly did better than Dillian White. Dillian White arguably lost the first fight against Chisora, and in the second fight he was losing until a bullshit point deduction, which caused Chisora to change his tactics. Then Chisora got knocked out. So, I mean, they're viewed as two of Joshua's biggest wins, Dillian White and Joseph Parker. Yeah, Usyk did a much better job on Chisora. I know it's only one fight. I appreciate that, but I think Usyk is very dangerous. Zimbano Love, Del Props for hardest style at heavyweight for Usyk, and he performed better than White and Parker. Exactly. I know it sounds bad, but I would laugh my ass off if Hatton lost. So would I. Del, will you aim for 1 million subs? Good salary from that if your channel can be monetized. Yeah, man, I'll just keep on going, man. See where it takes me. I'll see where it takes me, Adam. Hopefully it keeps on growing. You know, we can get some interesting opportunities and interesting. I want it to take me to some interesting places. Put it that way, right? Like my dream with that channel would be to do like a Ross Kemp, maybe pair up with somebody else and actually see what's going on in like Mexico or something like that. That would be pretty fucking cool. But yeah, I've got loads of shit in mind. Hatton might get his first stoppage since it's 6 rounds, not 4. You could be right, actually, Unrivaled. Why is it 25 quid with 60, 70k in the stadium? Very good question, Zimbano Love. Yeah, because when they first put pay-per-view up to £25, it was for Ruiz Joshua 2, and basically they sold it as like a one-off kind of thing because the fight was so big. But obviously the Pulev fight was also 25 quid. And now here we are, Usyk, 25 quid. So, curry for Adam. I do like a curry, Adam. I do like a curry. I like a good old vindaloo. Lamb madras for Adam. I can't argue with that. Yeah, exactly. Like if Joshua beat Usyk, it's a better win than Ruiz. Easily. Like Ruiz gets fucking grossly overrated by Joshua fans. The reality is that dude was a 14, 15, 16 to 1 underdog when he beat Joshua. He wasn't a top 10 heavyweight. The only reason he is top 10 was because he pulled off a fucking crazy upset. In the rematch, he was terrible. My man got dropped by a shot Chris Arreola. I'll be honest here, Andy Ruiz, people say Wilder. Andy Ruiz is the single most overrated heavyweight in the world. Easily. Easily. So overrated, man. People say, oh, he beat Joseph Parker. Go back and watch that fight. It was close, but I felt Parker won. People getting gassed over Andy Ruiz, man. But Usyk would fucking style on Ruiz, man. Easy. Usyk's a much harder fight on paper. I would say so, Jed. For me personally, Jed, the winner of this fight goes down as my number one. You know, that's how I'm going to view it. I can't rate Tyson Fury's inactivity. I don't like the fucking... I'm not really all that interested, I guess, in the third fight. I don't think he does much for him. For me, the winner of this fight's number one. Exactly, yeah. Chisora. It's not like Chisora's been looking bad recently either. There was no concussion, Wizard Sleeve. That's just a Wilder type excuse. There was no concussion. Prove it. Nobody can prove it. Facts, yeah, exactly, Max. Exactly. But, you know, these people are very quick to point out flaws in Wilder or Tyson Fury. But when it comes to Anthony Joshua, you know, this guy can walk on water. I saw what you saw, Max Kuckerman, in that fight. I thought he quit as well. I mean, look at the final knockdown. It wasn't a knockdown. Joshua voluntarily took a knee on that final knockdown. He took a knee. He gets up. He walks back to the corner. He spits out his mouthpiece. People say, "Oh, he was concussed." So he was conscious enough to take a knee. He was conscious enough to spit out his mouthpiece. He was conscious enough to walk back to the corner. All of a sudden, the referee asked him, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Joshua didn't respond. And as soon as the ref waved it off, then Joshua starts to complain and shake his head. Joshua was done in that fight. He knew he was done. He had nothing left. I'm not holding it against Joshua for basically doing what he did. He had nothing left. He wasn't going to win the fight. But people need to call it for what it is. And he rebounded from it. So there you go. I don't blame him. I don't blame Anthony Joshua for being off with Adam Smith. Listen, man, if Adam Smith was a pianist, A minor would be his favorite key. All right? Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, the reason they have it as 25 quid is because the AJ Ruiz did 1.6 million. Yes, sir, but it did. Yeah, Android Spot. I love the Diaz brothers. I like what they bring to the table. True fighters, shit talkers. I'll definitely watch it, but I've got a feeling it's going to end badly. I know Robbie Lawler's not what he was, but he's been fighting regularly. Nick Diaz hasn't fought in 6.5 years? Been a long time, man. I'd love to see Nick Diaz win, but I can't see it. Yeah, there's that as well, West Cork. Yeah, Sky are cashing in on Joshua's possible last fight on their network. Did you see the weigh-in? Was it Anna Woolhouse who wouldn't shut up while the fighters were being weighed? Yeah, Macklin had to stop her. Yeah, Anna Woolhouse isn't great. Yeah, I wonder if Usyk's trying to do the same thing, Chris. Kind of, trying to diffuse him and be his friend kind of thing. Big up to Frankie Coffee Cake. Salute. The bodybuilder's going to smash the pound-for-pound maestro. You could be right, bro. You could be right. I'd be shocked. If this fight is like one-sided either way, I would genuinely be shocked. Even if it finishes and gets ended by a KO, I'd be shocked if it's one-sided, no matter how it goes. I can't see Usyk completely schooling Anthony Joshua for 12 rounds. I can't see that. I can't see Joshua just walking through Usyk like nothing. I think both guys are going to have a lot of problems in this fight. I really do. Yeah, exactly. He was treating Andy Ruiz like a Make-A-Wish kid. I'm not sure what that did. I'm not sure what that pay-per-view did. But yeah, people do like Usyk over here. People know who he is. Anna Woolhouse pisses me off when Macklin and Nelson were talking about Usyk's fainting, and she said, "I don't see it. I think you're making things up." Yeah, exactly. She don't know boxing. Indeed, Anna Woolhouse is a boxing scholar. Listen, man, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it. I don't like Macklin or Nelson, but Anna Woolhouse trying to correct them on boxing is fucking farcical. Yep. Yeah, I do agree with you, the man who belches, and I like that name, by the way. He says, "I feel this fight's not being promoted as much as certain past Joshua fights. Feels strange since Usyk did good numbers here against Bellew and Chisora. Would have AJ's best selling fight with good would have been AJ's best selling fight with good promo, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think it would beat the Andy Ruiz numbers or maybe even the Klitschko numbers, but I certainly think it could do very good numbers. But you're right, it doesn't feel like this has been like crazily promoted. I think he will frustrate AJ in parts. I do believe that. Maya Jama versus Anna BJ signals Woolhouse, not for looks, just as hosts. At least Jama doesn't pretend to know boxing. Yeah, exactly. And I think she looks better as well. I'll put that on there as well. Do you think Usyk missed a trick by being nice to AJ in the weigh-in? AJ doesn't seem to respond well to when he has it put it on him. Nah, I don't think it really matters, to be honest, Martin. I think Joshua at this stage is probably too experienced. He's too long in the tooth to really let that get at him these days. Yeah, exactly, XMB45. You know, Johnny Nelson is what he is. He's a company man. He's very close with Adam Smith. So he's as long as Adam Smith is with Sky Sports, Johnny Nelson has a job for life. Yeah, Laura Woods is top, but give me Jammer over BJ Signals. Facts. Yes, sir, Jed Kyle. I like Maya Jammer. I like her to look at, you know. I think that's when, yeah. Okay. Yeah, her and Kate Abdu. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Jed Kyle, I'm a big fan. Yeah, I liked that as well. He looked like a cross between the Joker and fucking Charles Bronson. Yeah, he did. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Joshua's last fight on his deal, yeah, could be a reason why the dip in promotion. Yeah, if they know Joshua's not going to re-sign, why would they spend God knows how much money on promotion? They know Joshua's going to do good numbers anyway. You know, they know they're going to make money, so why would they? But again, if I'm Joshua, I stay on Sky Sports. There's a built-in audience. The audience knows who Joshua is. Nobody really knows what the zone is in the UK right now, apart from boxing fans. Like, one of my mates who was a big football fan, he wouldn't know what the zone is. He's not a boxing fan. He's a casual. He wouldn't know what the zone is. If I'm Joshua, I stay on Sky Sports. I'll stay on Sky Sports if I was Joshua. Bro, your other channel is some fucked up shit, bro. Can't sleep now. Yeah, it's kind of messed up, bro. But at the same time, I do find that kind of thing interesting, especially like when it comes to like the cartels and whatnot. I find all of that interesting. And they release so much fucking content. You could do videos forever. Like there's so many out there. As fucked up as that is. But you know, it's a crazy world out there. It's a crazy world out there. Yep. Akari straight face. Yep. Smith Castillo tonight. Castillo's a big lump. He's a tough guy, Castillo, but I think Callum's going to outpoint him. I would say. I'd say Callum on points. Yeah, Smith's moving up to like heavyweight. Yep. Yeah, I mean Lennon Castillo, he's all right. He's what I would describe as a gatekeeper. He's a good introduction to 175 for Callum Smith. That's what he is. I make a little something. I wouldn't call it chump change, but I wouldn't call it big dollars. Put it that way. Make of that what you will. But yeah, I mean, most of the videos don't get monetized. Most of the videos don't get monetized. I think Joshua's made a big mistake promotionally. Yeah, I mean, that whole thing signing with Eddie Hearn for life. Now, again, I said a while ago, if I'm Joshua, I go it alone. I'm a big enough star. I've got my built-in fan base. Everyone knows who I am in the UK. If I'm Joshua, I basically go to the highest bidder, basically do what Canelo's doing right now. That's what I would do if I was Joshua. But having said that, I thought about it. One thing about Joshua, one impression I get from Joshua, I think he's an overthinker. He's very analytical when it comes to boxing, when it comes to conditioning, etc., etc. Maybe also sorting for the promotional side of his career would be a bit too much to take on. You know, Joshua's probably better suited just concentrating on boxing, you know, because I do think Joshua is one of those analytical types who more than likely overthinks things. That's the impression I get from Joshua. I could be wrong. So maybe it's a good thing that he doesn't have to worry about promotional stuff. I'm not sure. Yes, crazy shit, man. Yeah, I think after the Matchroom deal he signed, he's going to be a free agent. DAZN and Sky first refusal type of thing. Yeah, that's what I think. That'll be the best case scenario for Joshua. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Carrie Straightface. Yeah, DAZN is not mainstream like Sky Sports worldwide. Yeah, it is known, at least heard of globally. Yeah. When Dell says they release so much content, there is a lot messes with your head, don't it? This man just called beheadings. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Big up to Nordic. Hopefully you're looking forward to the fight, bro. I certainly am. I'm going to get a kebab in. We're going to get some chicken wings. It's going to be a good night. Yeah, if DAZN gets this BT deal over the line, surely that will attract casuals. But can they really afford Canelo, AJ, and buying BT Sports? Yeah, if they could get BT Sports, that is huge for DAZN UK. Because BT Sports, it's not for boxing. BT Sports, they have Premier League football and they have Champions League football. That will attract a huge audience to DAZN. People are football crazy. And on top of that as well, DAZN have UFC also. So if DAZN could get BT in the UK, BT Sports, that's huge. That's huge. What time London time should both fighters be in the ring? I'd guess around 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Maybe 10:30, 10:15, in and around that time period. Yeah, I've not watched any Joshua fight back or Usyk fight back in the build-up. Yeah, exactly, Max. Exactly. Unrivaled said, bet of a night, Prodan by KO 8-1. Yeah, they are very good odds. And Prodan can crack a bit. He's a good straight puncher. You know, sometimes Marku comes in straight lines, chin in the air, comes in quite reckless. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Unrivaled. It's worth a punt. Yodel, agree with you about AJ doing Canelo and fucking off all networks related issues and go to the highest bidder for his future fights. Yes, rest in peace to Pro B's from Pep Talk. I saw that on Twitter like half an hour ago, and that's a shame. That really is a shame. I watched Pep Talk now and again, and every single time I heard him conduct an interview, he was always, pretty sound, pretty good at his job, man. And he seemed like a good dude as well. I wasn't all that familiar with him, but, it's sad, man. You never know when your time's up. So it's just another reminder that, you got to take into account those around you and enjoy their company. Whether that be family, friends. We're not all going to be here forever. So just make the most of those moments. That's all you can really say. But rest in peace to him, and God bless his family. God bless his family. Yeah, looking forward to Okole. I think he's coming on bundles. I agree. I think he'll knock that dude out quite quickly. West Cork. I think he'll knock that dude out quick. I'm not making one, Ryan. I'm going to sit on the fence. First time I've ever done that on my channel. And I've enjoyed, I'm much more excited for it, believe it or not. I'm much more excited for it. It's almost like it almost feels like I'm going into the fight a little more blind because I've not rewatched any Usyk fight. I've not rewatched any Joshua fight. I'm just going into this fight hopeful that we get a great fight and a fair fight. That's all I'm hoping for. Yeah, he cracks harder than Ryland Charlton. Yeah, Ryland Charlton, like you say, is basically a lightweight. I think he's signed with 258 management, but I'm not sure, Alex. I'm not sure. That's a weird one, why he's on that card, but I'm pretty sure he's with 258, whatever it's called. Big up to Mad Chad. Great channel, another great channel. Check out Mad Chad, Boxing and Sports. One of the most enthusiastic guys you'll hear talk about boxing on this platform. Great channel, great content, great dude as well. Yeah, especially the Parker fight. Yeah, big up to Mad Chad. Frank Warren is the odd man out. He's lost his way over the last few years. Shame, as he used to be best at building fighters. I agree, Martin. Yeah. Since AJ admits to slowing down after the third in the Pulev fight, and he didn't really get a second win for a few rounds, I think Usyk has a chance way earlier than most people think. Yeah, G-Man raised that point. You know, Joshua, when it goes to a long fight, usually he has moments in the fight where he takes a couple of rounds off, where he's kind of gassed and he waits for his second wind. I think Usyk needs to really anticipate that. And if or when that does happen, that's when Usyk really needs to throw leather and try and make the most of those couple of rounds where Joshua is a bit gassed. Got a cheeky Prodan Okole KO combo. It's worth a bet. Yeah, Joshua's defense up close isn't great, has to be said. If he can't clinch, his defense isn't great. Gun to my head. Now, gun to my head's a different question. Gun to my head, who wins? I think Joshua, hook or by crook. Gun to my head. If I had like my last £1,000 and I had to make a bet, or I get shot in the head, I'd say Joshua. Knowing what we know, he's the A side. He's at home. He's the bigger man. He's a harder puncher. I'd go Joshua. Gun to my head. So I guess you could take that as a prediction, but Jed Kyle says Joshua by competitive decision. I could see that. I don't know, actually. Again, I for some reason, something tells me this fight ends before the decision. Prodan KO, Okole KO 4-6, Joshua points, Smith points is a lovely parlay. It is indeed, and it's realistic as well, unrivaled. Yeah, I mean, Lenin Castillo is pretty tough. He's a big lump as well. I'll be interested, actually. Is Callum Smith's power going to be any better at light heavyweight? Because he obviously cut a lot of weight to make 168. I wonder if the added few pounds is going to help him out in terms of power. Big up to Bruce Goes, another really good dude on the YTBC. Excellent guy, man. I always like hearing him talk on boxing when I hear him on live streams. Really good stuff, man. Big up to Bruce Goes. Yep, they got a prediction out of me. That's probably the way. If you can't pick a fight, that's how you should really look at it. Gun to your head, who would you pick? You had to get it right. Or you're down to your last grand and you got to bet it. Who would you bet on? I guess that's how you kind of decide a fight when you don't really know. Yeah, I agree with that, JD. Yeah, he threw a lot of punches in the third round trying to take him out. Usyk wins 9-3. Usyk outboxes AJ in my eyes. No way can the judges give it to AJ. Okay. See, I'll be surprised if Usyk wins like wide on points. Not in terms of getting the decision, but even like in terms of fans' eyes, I'd be surprised if he easily wins on points. I'd be surprised. Why is Callum Smith fighting again after taking a dive against Canelo? Yeah. Again, Max, I'm just not interested in Callum Smith. We'll see how he looks tonight, but I've got no interest right now in Callum after that performance. Bruce for GOAT, indeed. Callum Smith versus Joshua Buatsi. Too early to say. I need to see Callum at light heavyweight first. Be a good fight though, Jared. I got a feeling Usyk will win. I think Usyk's strategy might be similar to Andre Ward versus Kovalev in the second fight, with Ward being Usyk. Most people weren't expecting Ward to come and try and stop Kovalev. The body is there, like the body work. If Usyk can consistently target the body, he has a tremendous chance in this fight. He does. Usyk was gassing against Chisora, but that was towards the end of the fight. He better not blow his wad mid-rounds when AJ inevitably slows down before he gets second wind. That's another good point as well. You have to take that into account. I'm sitting here saying Usyk needs to really put the foot on the gas in those rounds, but if he can't make it really count, he could be in trouble down the stretch. See, so that's what I'm saying, though. To me, this fight has so many possibilities, so many potential outcomes. I can't really pick one confidently. I really can't. If BT do end up buying DAZN, where does Fish Eyes go? To Sky or resurrects Box Nation? What's the point of Box Nation apart from airing one MMA fight? Yeah, but nobody. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, if DAZN buy BT Sports coverage, I'm assuming they would have Frank Warren on DAZN. Exactly, crazy D3. Like, nobody likes a fight where you go in and you know who's going to win. Like, even in terms of technical predictions, I've not really heard anybody sound convincing in regards to who they think is going to win and how they should do it. Nobody really seems convinced. That said, if Usyk can't do... if Usyk can't do... Okay, yeah. Yeah, that'd be a good shout. Callum Smith is a decent body puncher, to be fair. If he's added some weight to his legs, I think he could actually get a decent stoppage, yeah. It'd be interesting to see Callum Smith with a bit more weight on him. He might be punching harder. He might be stronger. Yeah, that was years ago, Jed Kyle. I remember that as well. This was like 2013, 2014. And he like blew away Rocky Fielding in a round. He blew away Hadil Mohammadi. And at that time, he was getting so much hype. But it took him ages to fight for a world title. He kind of stagnated and he never got any better. He never stepped up quickly enough, in my opinion, Callum Smith. Like, people forget, Callum Smith became like WBC Mando in like 2014, 2015. But he first fought for a title in 2018? People forget that. Like, Callum Smith was in line to fight Badu Jack. And it never happened for whatever reason. I'm not sure whether Callum Smith ducked it. Apart from the main event and the Markov Akole fights, what other fights on the card are worth tuning in for? I'm still debating whether to watch the whole thing or selectively tune in and out. To be honest with you, Stefano Prime, apart from those fights you mentioned, I mean, I guess you could say the Callum Smith fight maybe, but to me, there's nothing there that is like super interesting apart from Prodan and Marku. Yep, truly a 50-50 fight. Won't be surprised if either guy wins. I think it will be tit for tat throughout, a lot of close rounds. You could be right there. Yep. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, he was WBC Mando. I think he became WBC Mando after he beat maybe Muhammadi. I think, potentially. But he was definitely WBC Mando, and he could have fought Badu Jack. I think he was. In fact, I think Callum Smith was Mando before Badu Jack even beat Anthony Durrell. I think Anthony Durrell was champion when Callum Smith first became Mando. But yeah, he just stagnated, in my opinion. Callum Smith, too long fighting sort of European level guys, never really had, in my opinion, the right step up fights. But to be honest, I was never that high on Callum Smith anyway. Apart from being a big lump with a bit of power and decent timing in the left hook, I didn't really see him as like an elite guy who's going to go on to dominate the division. I never really saw that with Callum Smith. What are you guys eating tonight anyway for this fight? I'm gonna get kebab and some chicken wings. I've got some vodka in the freezer, getting cold. Got just some orange and vodka. Porter Ortiz, who would win? I like Virgil, but that's a huge, huge step up. I'd probably say Virgil on points in a really hard fight. Yeah, he was just that stereotypical, like European sort of style, strong kid, but I never really saw anything there with Callum. I never really saw anything. When it was early in his career, like before he was even fighting 10, 12 rounders, I thought to myself then, if a good trainer gets hold of this guy, he could actually go somewhere. But after a while, you could see that he wasn't really improving. He wasn't really developing. And at that point in time, I was like, nah, this guy's not going to be that dude. Jay Belo's picking Usyk by 9th round stoppage. By fatigue. To be honest, Reese, I'm extremely, extremely tight when it comes to paying for boxing because of what boxing delivers us. We constantly get slapped in the face with bullshit fights, bad decisions, etc. But I think I'll buy this fight. I don't want to be sitting on a live stream looking at the ring walks and then the fucking stream freezes. I'm just going to buy it, I think. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to have just chill, enjoy the card. And I'm gonna buy it, man. Just treat yourself, bro. Just buy it, man. Treat yourself. I would guess around 10 p.m. UK time. Oh, Joseph Scott v Ben and Jerry's and pizza ready. Fair play. Yeah, I'm gonna go chicken wings and a kebab. That's what I'm thinking right now. Chicken wings and a kebab. I don't know. I don't know whether to get like a mixed kebab though. We're not sure yet. We'll make that decision. Exactly. Bump of K. It's one of those fights where, listen, sometimes I can cope with a dodgy stream. Fair enough. I'll make the most of it. But certain fights, man, you just want to see it uninterrupted, like no bullshit. And even when it's not like lagging or anything, in the back of your mind, you're still thinking this is going to go down any second. And it kind of takes your enjoyment away sometimes. So yeah, I'm going to buy it. I'd like to see Joshua stick it on him early. Maybe wrong strategy, but that's what I'd like to see. Anyhow, food-wise, I'm making a curry and got some choc ices in. Fair play, West Cork. I've not had a good choc ice in the ages, bro. Leonardo Campos Vasquez, big up to you, sir. Came in late, but I just wanted to know, who do you think fucks up the undisputed match, AJ or Fury? Do you mean if like both guys win, if Joshua wins and Fury wins their next fights? Or do you mean like who fucked it up when it should have happened? Yeah, I mean, when looking at the evidence on hand, it looks like Team Fury fucked it up. To be honest, it looked like Team Fury fucked it up. But if both guys win, there's no excuses. There's no excuses. If this fight doesn't happen, providing Fury and Joshua wins, then somebody's going to be getting flamed up on my channel. Put it that way. Oh, I do agree with that. He definitely needs to tighten up a little bit. He gets a little too excitable sometimes when he's got a guy hurt, or when he gets hurt. In fact, we saw that against Kavalauskas when he got buzzed. He didn't try and hold. He didn't try and move back. He basically tried to fight fire with fire, and it worked out. But against somebody else, that could be a problem. If Usyk stops Joshua, this internet boxing world would go mental. Yeah, it would indeed. Doing a roast dinner for tonight. Yeah, roast dinner tonight for the fight. Roast chicken, roast potatoes, veg, onion gravy. Was just about to do the washing up and start the prep, but then saw you live. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sounds good though, man. 2 title fights for a pay-per-view is decent, in my opinion. I brought up a fight from last week. I can't be dealing with a dodgy stream for this fight. It's too big. Yeah, I agree. Not sure what I'm going to eat. I think I'll have some. I think I've got some steak in the fridge. Steak is always good, man. Yeah, beef and chicken. Yeah, beef and chicken has to be, man. I do like a mixed kebab, but sometimes I just like beef. I never go for like chicken on its own. It's either a mixed or just beef. Or lamb, sorry. Lamb as well. No, usually I'll get lamb. What am I talking about? Yeah, Reese is going to probably buy it himself. Yeah, can't be asked with freezing mid-fight. Exactly, man. Lamb kofta or a chicken sheesh are my favourite kebabs. I can't argue with that. You get 6 months Sky Sports, via Now TV for free with Joshua pay-per-view. I've paid. Interesting. That's a good deal, that, isn't it? Can't watch boxing on stream if you're a real boxing fan. I disagree, I disagree. Us boxing fans, we constantly complain about boxing and things that are going wrong in boxing. Ultimately, the only way we can truly get our message across to promoters is voting with our wallets. And if something to me is not quite up to standard, I won't buy it. I personally won't buy it. If there's a guy who's had numerous robberies and he's on pay-per-view, I'm not going to buy it. I'm super stingy with in regards to what I buy in regards to boxing. What are your thoughts now? Still undecided. Okay, sorry, Leonardo. I get you. I mean, who loses? And we don't see that fight. Yeah. It's funny you say that, Leonardo. I've had this feeling since Wilder Fury 3 got announced and AJ Usyk got announced. I've had this feeling that somebody's gonna fuck up. I've had this weird feeling. For some reason, I get a weird feeling around Fury Wilder 3. I don't know why. But I certainly wouldn't be surprised if either guy fucks it up. On paper, Joshua's got a harder fight. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's AJ. But, Tyson Fury, he's a bit of a loose cannon. He could make one mistake and get knocked out. So it's very possible that one of these guys loses. Can you imagine if both guys lose their fights? Fury loses to Wilder and Joshua loses to Usyk. It'd be kind of hilarious. Yeah, main event is worth pay-per-view. Yeah, probably a KFC bargain bucket for me. Interesting. Buffalo wings, I can't argue with that. Barbecue ribs and dirty fries, tons of beer, bets placed, may the best man win. Sounds like a great night, Celtic Crusader. Sounds like a great night. I've got some vodka, man. I've got some vodka. Smirnoff I've got. It's like that fucking vanilla one, but that's the only one I could find. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Jed. There's a Turkish gaff like 4 or 5 miles away from me, and it's fucking amazing. It's expensive, but it's really, really fucking nice. Really fucking nice. Like, Turkish food is so underrated. Because I was a bit like, because I hadn't had like proper Turkish food for like ever. And I first tried it a couple of years ago, and I wasn't really expecting much, but fuck me, they can cook some meat. The Turkish, they can really, yeah, it's good shit, man. If you like meat, Turkish is for you. See, I don't think so, Chirac, man. Sometimes you got to vote with your wallet. I mean, what sense does it make me complaining about certain fighters or certain fights not happening, or a fight not being pay-per-view worthy, and then buying it? I'd rather vote with my wallet. I think if more boxing fans had that mentality, they're going to put on better fights because they realise they need to charge for a pay-per-view. They need to put on top events. But that's how I see it, you know. But I'm going to buy this fight. Midnight Rider, could AJ dropping weight backfire on him? Usyk was getting hit a lot versus Chisora, but didn't seem troubled. Hard fight to call. Both accomplished boxers, yeah. I mean, it could do. I like AJ in and around this weight, like sort of 240-ish. You know, I like that weight for Joshua. I think he looks good at that weight. Seems a bit more fluid, a bit quicker, better stamina theoretically, a little bit more explosive. I like Joshua being lighter. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree, Martin. Yeah, 100%. I'm eating some African food, jollof rice and meat. Yeah, I had like an African takeaway like quite a few months ago now. It was like spicy. It was like some spicy fish. It's like a spicy fish like stew with rice, and it was fucking banging. It's really good, man. Really fucking good. I've not paid for boxing since Manny versus Hatton. I watched replays the next day. Yeah, or you could do that as well. Yeah, or you could do that. Usyk's definitely the most skilled guy about in the heavyweight division, but I think AJ is going to time him when he bunny hops into range. Yeah, I could see that, bro. I'll tell you what. Yeah, I kind of want to see Wilder beat Fury in a third fight, and I want Usyk to beat AJ just to see like the tears on all sides. That'd be fucking hilarious. Can you imagine? The thing is, though, even if Usyk wins, he's got to fight Joshua again. There's a rematch clause, so you got to take that into account as well. That's one thing I don't like, man. This rematch clause business in boxing, especially with a Mando. Me personally, yeah, with Mandos, I think the sanctioning bodies should make it a rule where you cannot have a rematch clause in a mandatory situation. I don't think that should be a thing. I really don't. I really don't. That's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I do too. I'm contemplating throwing 1,500 on Wilder to win and get the money back I lost on both Fury Wilder fights. Laugh out loud. That's probably not the way to look at it, Jed Kyle, man. But yeah, I'll get you though, man. There's something about that fight, man, that I don't know. I don't know. Again, that fight's not needed in terms of like the division. Fury's not going to get any credit if he wins again. He's already beat him. But weirdly, I am somewhat looking forward to it. I have a monthly IPTV sub, $16.50 a month, which airs all pay-per-views from around the world, from various sports, as well as all UK, US, other global TV channels, which is very reliable. Me sorted. Sounds good, man. Yeah, I do like my vodka Benjo. I don't usually buy it, man. I never buy vodka for myself, but I treated myself today when I went shopping. I thought, do you know what? Been a good month. Let's get ourselves a nice bottle of vodka and enjoy the evening. Yeah, it's good shit, man. Turkish food. It's really good stuff. Like the way they cook meat and whatnot, bang on, man. Enough spices and herbs, well seasoned. It's awesome stuff, man. Like one of the best steaks I ever had was from that Turkish place. So fucking nice, man. And their kebabs are so good, man. Oh my God. Everything there was so fucking nice. Leonardo says here in the US for fighters on the zone, I like that model. Pay $100 a year and you get all of the fights like a season pass. Yeah, I like it as well. I do hope the zone does succeed in the UK and US because as a boxing fan, it's good to find all of your boxing in one place or a lot of your boxing in one place. I like that personally. I do like the model of the zone. I still think they've got a lot of work in regards to obviously, building their brand and being more self-sufficient and things like that. But I love the idea of the zone. At the end of the day, if it's a more affordable way to watch boxing, I think it's great for all of us. Max Kuckerman thought he would catch him. Plus, I thought, yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking, Jed, as well. You wasn't alone. You wasn't alone. If you can't afford it, then stream it. Don't let Sky Hearn take the piss out of you. Yeah, indeed, man. Do what's right for you, man. I don't like this whole idea of shaming people for streaming fights. I don't like it. Boxing's a working class sport and it's extremely expensive to follow it all the time. It's extremely expensive. Boxing in the UK really has become like gentrified, I guess I would say. Like particularly like for big events, it's become really, really gentrified. Don't you think AJ will lack punch power because of the weight drop? I don't think so, Junaid. I don't think so. I think he'll be fine. I think Joshua's always going to crack pretty hard, no matter what weight he is, whether it's like 255 or 238. He's always going to crack pretty hard. He's got nice technique. He turns his shots over well. Underrated timing, I would say, and good accuracy. I think Joshua's always gonna hit hard, and he punches through the target as well. Joshua's got a really nice punch technique on certain shots. He really does. Wilder's Prima Canera. I'd watch a replay over a stream. I personally wouldn't. If I really want to watch it, I'll watch it live and stream it if I don't want to pay for it. Like, there's no way in hell I would pay for. Let's think of a shit pay-per-view in recent years. Like Parker versus Chisora, there's no way in hell that's a pay-per-view. I'm not going to pay for that shit. I don't think that's acceptable. So I still want to watch it, but I don't think it's pay-per-view worthy. So I'll steal it. I'll stream it. I know Doner Kebab's all right, man. Crazy D3. Doner Kebab's all right. But again, I am a degenerate, so isn't AJ the same weight as Pulev? That fight was November 2020. He's been at this weight for a while. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. He's maintained it by looks of it. Yeah, I don't get why people like worship Tyson Fury. I really don't. I get Wilder as a fucking prick, and there's really nothing to like about him. I get that. But Tyson Fury is a fucking idiot. He's such a fucking idiot. Like, there's nothing really to like about Tyson Fury. Like, he's dishonest. He's a liar. He doesn't fight enough. Most of his fights are boring, let's be honest. What's there really to like about Tyson Fury? He's repetitive. His trash talk's boring. I mean, I don't get the loving for Tyson Fury. I really don't. I don't think he sets a great example for boxing. I don't think he encompasses what a heavyweight champion should be or a champion should be. And for me, he's just a generation. Sorry, he's a mascot for a generation full of people who take no responsibility, no accountability, and they relate to someone like Tyson Fury. That's my theory. I know that's proper super uppity, and I just don't get how people can like relate to this dude at all. Just my opinion. And yeah, Eddie Hearn does have a very punchable face. Yeah, if AJ wins and Wilder wins against Fury, can we kiss undisputed goodbye? I can see Wilder twerking off into exile on PBC Island and fighting their resident tomato cans till he decides to retire. Um, Again, I would hope we see it. I would hope we see it. Listen, Wilder can get his ass beat again by Fury. I still want to see Wilder and Joshua at some point. I still want to see that fight at some point. Personally. Yeah. And he's another guy, by the way, I can't stand. John Fury. That guy, man, he gets everywhere, John Fury. I've heard a lot about Lebanese food, but I've not tasted it. I've not tried it. That's the way of the world, bump of Cavo. You know, there are certain people on here who, you know, deep down, if their guy loses, it's going to ruin their night, it's going to ruin their weekend, it's going to ruin their week. I couldn't imagine watching boxing that way. I wouldn't watch boxing if I viewed it like that, personally. How can you be so emotionally attached to a guy to the point where it would ruin your weekend or anything like that? I get frustrated if a fight's a robbery. That's different. If I see a guy get robbed, that does piss me off. But like, if a guy I like loses, whatever, man. The way I look at it is, I've still got to get up and go to work. I've still got to pay my bills. I've still got shit to deal with. Whoever loses a boxing match doesn't affect me, really. Do you know what I mean? Exactly. Exactly, Jed Cole. You need to support the sport, bruh. Yeah, right. The sport that won't even make the best fights possible and is full of corruption. Exactly, bro. I will support what I deem, appropriate. Like this fight, personally, I think is a great fight. It's a fight I've wanted to see this fight for a couple of years now, and yeah, I don't mind paying for it. Yeah, exactly, bro. Donners are great. Yeah, I remember when Hearn was saying Chisora Parker was the best card he's ever made. Dear, oh dear. Yeah, Fury's a sellout. Indeed, he is. He's basically gone in. He's turned into what Anthony Joshua is, and what he always criticized Joshua for. That's a new one. Usually, I get called a fucking Joshua hater. See, that's another thing. Yeah, that fucks with people's minds. I don't like Tyson Fury. I don't like Anthony Joshua. When one of these guys hears me talking shit about their guy, that's what they automatically defer to. Oh, you're a fanboy of the other guy. Can't stand either guy. I can't stand either guy. One's a fucking robot, fucking walking billboard, overrated, and the other guy's a sellout and a liar. If that's, I mean, it is what it is, man. Yeah, gone off Fury since 2016. Mr. Jones is pissed. He's bit. I now control his emotions. He's fuming. Yeah, Fury before the Klitschko fight was a genuine non-PC personality. Since he's came back, it seems like he's sold himself. Exactly. I've said the exact same thing. Like, up until the Klitschko fight, no problem with Tyson Fury. I liked him. I liked what he was saying. He was interesting. Some of his fights were really exciting as well. But since this comeback, he's had to bend over and take it to get back on board. That's the reality of the situation. That's the reality. And if you can't see that, then Fury's not a man of the people, man. He's a corporate shill. Yeah. Turn up. Yes, big up to Recognize. Salute to Recognize. Yeah, I'm sick of Fury and Wilder. Yep. Yeah, Tommy Fury's a bum. I mean, it's an 8-rounder against a YouTuber, and you're turning down $1 million. Tommy Fury's a bum. Absolute bum. He wants to fight Jake Paul and then retire. That's my opinion. Exactly, recognise. All I'm asking for is that it's a fair fight and a fair outcome. That's all I want. As long as I get that, I'm satisfied at the end of the day. I would prefer Usyk to win, no doubt about it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'd much prefer Usyk to win, but if he doesn't, it is what it is. Personally, I've got no horse in the race when it comes to Wilder and Fury. Was saying to a mate the other day that I'm hoping for the holy grail of a double KO, as I can't stand either of them. Both grade A dicks, yep. And weirdly enough, do you know when like Joshua, Fury, and Wilder were all like on the come up, I guess you would say. Like I always felt Wilder was a missed opportunity in regards to promotion because people forget like what that guy was like on the come up. He wasn't the guy he is now. He was much more goofy. He was actually somewhat endearing. You know, he was fighting for his daughter. That was a great story as well. But along the way, but when he became champion, his whole thing shifted into what it became. And he's just so unlikable now, Deontay Wilder. But I always felt Deontay Wilder was a missed opportunity promotional-wise. I think they could have really made that guy a much bigger star if they went a different route. He basically isolated a lot of people from supporting him, Deontay Wilder. Because I met Deontay Wilder at his fight with Audley Harrison. That was on the Khan and Diaz card in Sheffield. And he was all right. Like, he gave fans a lot of time. He was, you know, down to earth and that. But yeah, along the way, he just, you know... Exactly, man. Donna's all right. I like Donna meat. Yeah, exactly. Fury knew the money is there. If I follow AJ Blueprint, if I follow the AJ Blueprint, he was a guy who would speak, now he's a virtue signaler. Exactly. Exactly. Fury's done exactly that. I used to be a big fan of him, but I don't like the way he's been since the comeback, yeah. It's like he sold his soul, basically. And that's not a problem. That's not a problem. If that's the way you want to conduct your career from the start, fair enough. If you want to be that guy, fair enough. But don't call yourself a man of the people, say what you said, and then do a total 180, and then still criticize other guys for being a quote-unquote sellout when you're doing the same thing. Now, the YB's all right, man. He's a comedy channel. I like his channel. It's funny as fuck. Yeah, I like Joshua as a fighter. Just wish he would leave out all of the the philosophy bullshit. Yeah, exactly. I'd rather be a warrior in the garden rather than a gardener in the war. What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, all his interviews are scripted as fuck too. Always says some mental health story. And his DOSA slogan, just like Joshua was saying, stay humble. Exactly. It's exactly the same, Reese. It's exactly the same. Yeah, Tommy Fury, that video of him in the nightclub was cringe. At least Campbell Hatton wants to be a boxer. Tommy just wants fame. Exactly, yeah. That's one thing I'll say for Campbell Hatton. I think he does want to fight. He's just not very good. Whereas Tommy's not very good, yeah. And he just wants fame. Somebody got to him, bump of case. Somebody got to him, Deontay Wilder. Yeah, exactly. That's the time I'm talking about, GB Guthrie. Yeah, during that time period, like 2013-ish, he was all right. Yeah, people had reservations about his level of competition. There were genuine criticisms, but purely as a person, he always came across okay back then. Yeah, I liked Wilder a lot on the come up. I used to get pissed all of the hate he used to get. Now I could care less. If Wilder stayed with Golden Boy, would he have gone full-blown delusional? Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I wonder. I think by round 10, Joshua will be physically and mentally broken and turned into a mumbling, bumbling, stuttering mess, and then goes on to either get KO'd or just quits again. Interesting. See, that's what I think. If Joshua gets stopped, I think it's accumulation. I don't think Usyk just like one bangs him and gets him out of there. I think it's accumulation. I really do. Like death by a thousand fates kind of thing. Usyk makes him overthink, subtle body work, and then basically slowly gasses him out and stops him late. That's how I see Joshua getting stopped in this fight if he does. That's another way to look at it, Nordic. That's another way to look at it. Wilder showed his true colours when he found success. Maybe he was always that guy. That's another good point. But when you're dealing with a guy like Wilder, I don't think it's an insult to say the guy's not all that intelligent. I don't think that's a out there thing to say. And with people like that, it's much easier to shift what direction they go in terms of how they think about the world and whatnot, if you catch my drift. So maybe Wilder was always like that, but he certainly turned into that, however he got there. The PVC cult corrupted him and made him their Darth Vader. Exactly, bro. Exactly, Bump of K. People saying Usyk can't punch, but Chisora didn't walk him down, and Joyce's head was rocking back hard in the WBSS. Exactly. That's what I think it is, Max. He's easily influenced. That's what I think, Max. And he was saying as well, he's going to have an even more spectacular ring entrance in this third fight with Tyson Fury. So I'll look forward to that. I just don't like what either one of those guys represents, to be honest. I really don't. I just think they're a pair of clowns. Wilder is too stupid to have a thought of his own. I bet on Usyk rounds 9 to 12. Usyk will know going in that the cards will be risky. I can see him going for AJ late after breaking him down. That's what I believe as well. That's what I think his game plan will be. He's going to try and take AJ into deep waters, but he needs to get that straight left hand to the body landing early on. Doesn't have to be super consistent, but consistent enough, to the point where you can see it kind of thing, if that makes sense. Just chip away, and down the stretch, that's when he needs to try and get on Joshua. I'll be shocked if Usyk wins this fight and doesn't maintain a significant body attack. I'll be shocked. I really would be shocked. If I see the first 2 or 3 rounds and Usyk's having no success to the body, I'll struggle to see him win this fight. I'll struggle. Again, I'm not saying he needs to go gung-ho to the body like Errol Spence, but if he's not landing that straight left on occasion to the body, I think it might be hard for him. He's going to come in a wheelchair. Why do fanboys live vicariously through their favourite fighters? Something missing inside? Yeah. It has to be. Crazy D3. Maybe they've never achieved something. Maybe they are not happy with where they are in life, and they take somebody usually who looks like them in terms of race, and they'll piggyback on that guy and vicariously live through their accomplishments. We see it all the time, and it's sad, man. It's sad as fuck. I'd hate to view boxing that way. I couldn't watch boxing if that was the case. I try and, enjoy it for what it is. I'll get triggered sometimes when fights don't happen or when robberies happen just because I want to see the best product available. But, people go a bit too far. Oh, yeah, Eddie Hearn's just being Eddie Hearn, to be honest, mate. But yeah, I'm not surprised, Mo. That sounds like something Eddie would say. No excuses, facts. Says a lot about the top three's personality when they barely speak English. Yes, when the barely speaking English Ukrainian, the barely English speaking Ukrainian is a breath of fresh air. Yeah. If Usyk can't finish the job, AJ just runs around for 12 rounds, then 100% Joshua's going to win on points. You know, the judges and Howard Foster have been at steak dinners on the Matchroom tab all month. Exactly, yeah. But both guys looked good though on the scales. Joshua came in at the weight I was expecting. I said like 241 was my prediction, and he came in at 240. What did I say for Usyk? I think I said with Usyk like mid 220s. Usyk was a bit lighter than I thought he'd be, but he still looks very good. I was looking at the Usyk weigh-in against Chisora compared to this one, and while Usyk's only put on like 4 pounds, he looks a lot more muscular. Against Chisora, he looked a bit more fleshy, not quite as defined. He's definitely been working hard, Usyk. How does Canelo not have a lot of Irish or Scottish fans living vicariously through him if it's about looking like them? That's true, actually. That's a good point. Oh, dear. Yeah, Nordic is secretly a massive Canelo fan, Max Kuckerman. That's what you're not taking into account here. Nordic's a huge Canelo fan. Cheering on his Scottish brother every single time. Yep, Johnny Nelson. Johnny Nelson also said Kell Brook beats Golovkin. He said that James Tennyson knocks out Tank Davis. Incredible. He said that he even said that he can see a way how Conor McGregor beats Floyd in boxing. Like, this guy's an idiot. Yeah, Nordic's a secret Canelita. Yeah, as soon as the recording goes off, once he's recorded a video, like Nordic just opens up a YouTube page and watches Canelo's fights on loop. Yeah, he thinks Canelo beat Floyd and Golovkin. Harder straight right than Wilder. I still think Wilder's got the hardest straight right in the division, to be honest. Just my guess. I know Wilder's not knocked out a whole bunch of competition, but I still think landing flush, that right hand's more than likely the most dangerous. But in all seriousness, Canelo for me is like the most frustrating fighter in boxing because I like his style. I do think the guy is very talented, but it's all the politics that comes with him. It makes it hard for me to like get invested in his fights, you know. But you know, it's what it is. I did enjoy the Billy Joe Saunders fight though. I thought that was all right. I felt Billy Joe Saunders came to fight until it got too hard, then he quit. I just think that's Billy Joe Saunders. That's who he is as a person. I think he was always going to quit in the right fight. I think that was a real fight, to be honest, Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders. And I think Caleb Plant will actually go in there and try to win. But the problem is with Caleb Plant, that guy is just not good enough. He, in my opinion, he's going to get fucked up. He can have the best training camp in the world. He can try as hard as he wants. Canelo, on his worst day, beats him, in my opinion. I don't rate Caleb at all. Wilder has the hardest right, but I meant in terms of who Usyk has faced. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Maybe I'm being a fucking idiot. Harder straight than Wilder. Do you mean Joshua? I'm not sure what you mean there. Oh, right. I get you. I get you, GB. I see. I went back and looked at it. I see. Oh, big up to Felipe. Salute to Felipe. Every single time. Felipe always drops by, man. So big up to Felipe. I'd say Wilder, Jared. I'd say Wilder. Yeah, I'm not sure about Ajagba either, in terms of his skill set anyway. He's basically a jab and a right hand. I think Frank Sanchez, if he's on his P's and Q's, can win that fight. Yeah, can't stand most American and UK fighters mentally, to be honest. They feel so entitled. Much prefer the Eastern European mentality, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like the Asian dudes, the Eastern European dudes, some of the South American dudes. Just, yeah, I know what you're saying. There's a lot of entitlement in Western boxing. That much is true. Like, you see these guys, they'll get one big win and they think they're a pay-per-view star. They think they've cracked it. Whatever happened to building a legacy, building a resume, and at some point, eventually, you'll be a pay-per-view star. You see that with Teofimo. He's had a great short career so far. Good win over Richard Comey. Very good win over Lomachenko. But all of a sudden, this guy thinks he's a pay-per-view star and should be getting paid big, big bucks. Let's be honest, he's got a couple of really good wins, but he's a nobody still. The guy needs to keep on building his profile, and sitting on the sidelines moaning about money and shit, it's not going to help your cause. It just wastes time. It kills your momentum. These young fighters, man, they're far too entitled. These guys don't want to take risks. I mean, we see that with the Four Kings, quote unquote, Four Kings. Can you believe that? But, you know, the lightweights, none of these guys are fighting each other. And we're not close. We're not close to any of these fights happening. Ridiculous. Indeed he is, yeah. Wilder's definitely a freak. He might be great, but I think Sanchez will be a good test to see, yeah. I think Sanchez beats him. That's my guess. Yeah, Spencer's okay. Spencer's actually, well, he was. Not sure whether he still is, but he was subscribed to my channel, believe it or not, Spencer Fearon. Who's a better mythical fighter, Joe Joyce with speed or David Price with a chin? I would say Joe Joyce with speed, to be honest. Combined, like Joe Joyce now with speed, with that punch volume, with that chin, I would say Joe Joyce, to be honest. Yeah, I wish we had more characters in boxing. Actual bad blood that sells fights, such as Ben versus Eubank or Froch versus Groves. Yeah, I was saying this the other week. There doesn't seem to be many natural rivalries in the UK like there used to be. You know, like the Gale Groves, Groves Froch, Ben Eubank, Eubank Watson, all of these sort of fights. These sort of fights don't seem to be around anymore. There's none of these big domestic fucking dust-ups. The last one I would say was White and AJ. That was good. I liked that build-up. But there's not too many. Fowler Fitzgerald was a decent one. Yeah, Felipe's got Frank Sanchez. I think he's just a better boxer. Yeah, exactly. Four Kings, yeah. The Western hype jobs build their name off robberies of Easterners after they put in all of the work. Yeah, I coach amateur boxing. We concentrate on the performance, not the loss. No cherry picking in the amateurs. Exactly, yeah. And ultimately, West Cork, that's how you're going to get better. When you're fighting top level competition consistently and regularly. That's how you're going to get better as a fighter. But how many times have we seen in boxing in the last 10 years or so in this new age where you see a really talented young fighter, he might get one decent win and he'll sit on the sidelines fighting subpar competition and you never really see him develop. You know, as they say, it's cliche, but steel sharpens steel. Yeah, that was a good build-up. No, not yet. I think Lil Chewy, the undercard starts at about like 6 p.m. maybe, 5:30. Yeah, Eubank Williams would be good fun. Plant versus Canelo may not be a super competitive fight, but at least there seems to be actual bad blood there. builds up the fight, yeah. And Canelo is kind of funny when he curses a guy out in English. It is kind of funny, like "fuck you, motherfucker," like "fuck you, man." That guy is so fucking hilarious when he talks shit. But man, that guy fucked up Plant. He fucked up Plant. Yep, I agree, Stefano. Whoever coined the phrase the four kings for the current crop of 135-pounders needs to be walked off a cliff. That current crop of top lightweights are a fucking embarrassment with their diva tactics. I agree. I totally agree. I couldn't have said it better. I mean, look at the WBC situation, man. You've got Ryan Garcia, who's been a mandatory for God knows how long now. He was an interim champion, and he still hasn't fought Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia would rather fight Jojo Diaz, and that's not a bad fight, but it's not the fight that's going to build a legacy. It's not going to build a resume. It's not going to build your profile. You know, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia is a tremendous fight. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see that fight. I'd actually pick Devin Haney to beat him, but it'd be a great fight. I'd favour Devin Haney, but I wouldn't be confident. Like, let's say Ryan has Devin in the same position as Linares. I think Ryan's going to be a lot more dangerous in that position. So that's a great fucking fight, but we're not close to it. We're not close to it. Do you know what I mean? It's so frustrating. So frustrating, man. Yep. What's up, Del? Congrats on the big horror channel. Thank you very much, man. Usyk by late stoppage, or Johnson by KO in the first 6, or Joshua by KO in the first 6. People aren't respecting Joshua's hand speed and combos up close. Yeah, Usyk needs to be very, very cautious at mid-range. No doubt about it. It's not the inside, it's mid-range where Joshua was so dangerous with those short little combinations, those quick, short, powerful combinations. You know, short right hands, you know, the left hook, the uppercut. Bump of K, a lot of my mates who are casual saw that Canelo Plant video, so it has to be said it was good marketing. Indeed, yeah. I would refuse to fight Canelo if he pushed me. I would refuse to fight Canelo if he pushed before a fight and cut my face. It's really unprofessional, you know. But I guess it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. I said in the last stream that Plant has thin skin, gets his ass slapped across back to 8 Mile. Canelo versus Plant presser went viral, yep. So Plant's done his job. Exactly, Steve Wright, yeah. Like, another thing you see in the UK, like, how many times do you see a guy turn pro with a bit of hype and he'll get moved, but he doesn't go through the levels. He doesn't fight his domestic rivals. You know, doesn't come up the old-fashioned way, and he'll get fucking exposed. He'll get exposed. Yeah, if they do manage to pick up a belt, then these... Yeah, exactly. If they manage to pick up a belt, then these unknown Mexicans with 4 losses on their record come over and steamroll them. Exactly. We call him Johnson in America as a way to diminish him for being a foreigner. Caleb at the press conference be like, he's paranoid somebody's got his ass another steroid. Yeah, indeed. Yep. Canelo will be Plant's final rival before he retires to become a Showtime analyst. Wouldn't be surprised. Neither would I, Brandon. Neither would I. I've just never rated Caleb Plant like that ever since I first saw him. Never really rated him. I think the first time I saw Caleb Plant fight was... Is it Tyrone Brunson, maybe? Let's have a look at his resume. I'll tell you the first time I saw him fight. Caleb Plant. It was a PBC card. Yeah, Tyrone Brunson. That's the first time I saw him fight, and I wasn't impressed then. That was back in 2015. That's the first time I saw Caleb really like fight, and I wasn't all that impressed. Yeah, exactly, Max. Yeah, guys like Usyk and Loma give their detractors plenty of chances to hate them because they take so many challenges. Exactly. Plant is a 168 Malignaggi or an Algieri without the skills. Yeah, Paulie Malignaggi certainly skill for skill is better. Chris Algieri, I mean, I never rated Chris Algieri at all, to be honest. So I'd say they're on a level pound for pound. I'd say they're on the same sort of level. Yeah, it's a lot of money. The whole argument was completely manufactured. Plant must know he's selling the belt, and Canelo starts acting like I've never heard somebody calling me a motherfucker before. Yeah, it's more so. I think Canelo is just tired of the drug cheat accusations. But it's true, though, isn't it? It is true. So he needs to deal with it. Big up to Lewis. Salute. I'm good, brother. I'm good. Yeah, I agree, Stefano Prime. Yeah, but Canelo Plant Presser was much more entertaining than the AJ Usyk one. We need the roadman shit talking AJ back pre Brazil and Miller, not this humble amateur sports psychologist. It's boring. Yeah, I think though with AJ, I think if you get the right guy, I think he will talk shit. You know, like Miller, like Dillian White, like someone like Wilder, Tyson Fury. I think you'll see him talk more shit in those fights. But with someone like Usyk, he's not going to. He needs somebody to ruffle his cage. So do I, Lewis. In terms of skill for skill and ability, I rate Billy Joe Saunders higher. I think Caleb Plant might be a bit more dedicated than Billy Joe, but in terms of pure talent, boxing ability, I think Billy Joe is better. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I'm not convinced Caleb Plant would beat Callum Smith at 168. I'm just not sold on that dude. I'm just not sold. And by the way, lads, if you could smash the like, it would be much appreciated. It always helps us out. And by the way, lads, if you haven't checked out my second channel, check it out. Split in the chat. I just commented. Usyk versus Wilder, who wins? I'd say Usyk. I'd say Usyk on points. Usyk on points. I think he'll evade Wilder's right hand. There's less to worry about with Wilder in comparison to Joshua. Joshua's got a far more varied arsenal of punches than Deontay. And I think Usyk could see the right hand coming and evade it and basically outbox him. I don't think he'd stop Wilder for some reason, but I think he'll outbox him. Yeah, I agree, Brandon. Yeah, I agree. Wouldn't be surprised if Caleb Plant blasts out Plant in 3 rounds like he did Fielding and Yildirim. Neither would I, Lewis. In all honesty, I think he'll last a bit longer. I would say Plant gets to rounds 6, 7, something like that, and then he'll get stopped. He'll get caught to the body. I wouldn't be surprised if Caleb Plant takes a knee in that fight, actually. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised. But, at least he's made it somewhat interesting by talking shit, I guess, He's made it somewhat interesting. But yeah, I can't wait for this fight, man. I cannot wait for this fucking fight. Let me check something ever so quickly. I don't know whether I can do it on here. I don't know whether I can do it. Oh, don't worry, I can't do it. Ah, we got the old spam in the chat. Fucking hell. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's send this guy to the block party. Exactly, bro. Yeah, Plant has a 50-50 chance. He's a lot better than Cinnabum's usual opposition. I disagree, bro, man. I disagree. I think he sucks, if I'm being honest. I don't think he's that great at all. I don't think he's great at all. Another thing I worry about with Caleb Plant is that his face marks up so much. Go and look at the Usyk fight, man. His face marks up so fucking much. And with those no boxing, no life gloves, which are puncher's gloves, not much padding, that guy's going to get sliced to ribbons, in my opinion. He's going to get sliced to ribbons. Yeah, Plant's getting turned into a bag of Miracle Grow. I'll tell you what, bro, he might need some of that to wake him up. Fucking hell. Canelo's going to fuck that guy up, man. I don't care. I'm not the biggest Canelo fan, as you guys know. Just, it's not, it's just what comes with Canelo. But listen, man, the ref could be on Caleb Plant's side. The judges can be on Caleb Plant's side. Caleb Plant still has no fucking chance. Yep, Plant has 2 chances, Slim and none. And Slim just left town. He's got no fucking chance. No fucking hope in hell. Yeah, Cinnabums. Listen, Caleb Plant, again, I say I don't rate him. I'm talking about the context of what fight he's in. I just don't think he's got anything for Canelo. I really don't. He's flashy at times, he can be quick and snappy at times, but he's one of those guys. To me, he's not a consistent performer. He switches off a lot, lays on the ropes way too much. His wide punches, his hooks are extremely slappy, and he opens himself up for counters when he throws hooks, particularly combinations. That side-on shoulder roll type of style, that stance, I don't think he's particularly great at. He doesn't roll shots that well. He doesn't parry shots that well. A lot of shots get through. I just think he fights in a defensive stance, but defensively he's not great. He's getting tagged up far too much against B and C level opposition. And that's not what Canelo is. Canelo's an A+ level opponent. Canelo's going to find it easy, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. But I'm not expecting Caleb to really do much. I'd like to be proved wrong. I want to see a real competitive fight. But Unrival's locked himself out his house. Jesus Christ, Unrivaled. Only you could do that, bro. Big up to John Gonzalez. Hopefully you're looking forward to the fight, John. Hopefully you're looking forward to it. I certainly am. As I'm sure you are. It's going to be great. John's got a spare. Climb in through the window. I've had to do that before. I've had to do that. But yeah, man, doesn't it feel great to be like on a during the day of a big fight, like a fight you're really excited for? It feels great. I forgot the last time I felt like this about a fight, to be honest. I forgot the last time I was this excited for a fight. I'd probably say Taylor Ramirez, maybe. I'd probably say Taylor Ramirez was the last time I was super amped for a fight. Like super amped. It just feels like it's not happened. It's not happened enough this year when it comes to these sort of fights. It felt like this year had a lot of potential, and certain good things have happened. We had Undisputed with Ramirez and Taylor. We had the undisputed fight between Charlo and Castano, bullshit decision though. We had Estrada Gonzalez too. We've got Joshua Usyk. We have had good things this year. There's no doubt about it. But this year, in my opinion, it should have been a special year. You know, it should have been a special year. And that's just really what makes it disappointing. I think any other year, this year wouldn't be too bad. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm glad it's here in Europe because of the time, yep. Although sometimes, like, it depends how tired I am. But if I'm not tired, I love the whole like ritual of staying up late for a fight in America. You know, like getting fucking boozed up and staying awake and shit. I like the whole ritual of it. It's good. Has to be the right fight though. Like back in the day, I could stay up late for any bullshit fight in America. These days, I'm much more selective when it comes to staying up for fights. I'm not going to stay up for fucking some bullshit fight like, I don't know, whatever. Not sure. They was talking about October, but that doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Not sure. Not sure. The last I heard, it was still in talks, but and in all seriousness as well, after tonight, I'm going to do my post fights, obviously. And more than likely, I'm going to avoid like the YTBC after that for the next couple of days, because you know there's going to be some bullshit takes and people crying and shit, no matter what way it goes, man. If it's a robbery, fair enough, yeah, you can understand, but like, yeah, you guys have it good, man. You guys have it good. Like the latest, like I've heard like American dudes complain when a fight's like 12, like like 12 at night. It's like, bro, we have to wait till fucking 4 in the morning. It's crazy shit. Even Gabe Rosado beats Plant. It could happen. It could happen, but I'd say Plant wins that. To be honest, I'd say Plant beats Rosado. Me personally. Oh, by the way, as well, another really good channel, Recognize the Matrix, arguably has like the best streams when it comes to boxing in terms of like panels. He'll basically let anybody on. It's like no holds barred, which I appreciate. He's got an excellent channel. So check out Recognize the Matrix. Usually streams maybe once a week, something like that. But really good stuff, man. Really good stuff. Okay, so late November, mid-December for Gonzalez and Estrada 3. Okay. And do you know another thing I like? I like the idea of that Golovkin fight being on the 28th of December against Murata. Like just after Christmas, just before New Year. You know, that great time of year where you're off work, you're eating shit, you're fucking drinking God knows what. A bit of Golovkin, a bit of Murata in between Christmas and New Year. What's not to like about that? What's not to like about that? I've always loved boxing in that Christmas period. I've always loved it. I wish like US promoters or US promoters or UK promoters would do it, where they do like a show in between Christmas and New Year. I think it's great. Yeah, bruv, I'm good. I'm very good. Stefano Prime, got to seriously start this dinner prep, Del. Your unexpected live has delayed me enough now. We'll still be listening on the headphones. Enjoy the fight tonight. Peace out to everybody in the chat. Yeah, man, hopefully you cook your dinner spot on. You don't burn it or anything like that. But yeah, hopefully it goes good, bro. Hopefully you enjoy it. Yeah, I'm lucky to be here in the West Coast where the fights would be at 9 p.m. Exactly, man. The worst thing is, though, waiting till like 4 a.m. and it's a bullshit fight, like it's a shit fight or it's a bullshit decision. Like, you know, like Charlo Castano, I was hyped for that fucking fight. I was pushing that fight hard on my channel, and stayed up for it. Loved the fight as it happened. Great fight. But obviously Castano won, and that decision got red. Just fucking kills your fucking vibe. And it makes it feel like a waste of time just staying up. Yeah, man, you get some crazies on there sometimes. Like that boxer, what was his name? Boxing Chunky. That fucking guy. Oh, fucking hell. Big up Brian Harkin, man. Another super cool dude. One of the nicest dudes I've ever encountered on the YTBC. You know? Really, really good dude, man. And knows his boxing, Brian. He knows his fucking shit. I always like listening to Brian talk and break down a fight. So big up to Brian Harkin every single time, man. Great dude. Great, great dude. Thoughts about the Jeremy Kyle show? Is it staged? Because Nordic made a video on Jeremy Kyle and I thought of Jerry Springer. Yeah, it's basically the same format where, you know, back in the day they would have like dysfunctional families come on and air their grievances. And it was all a big shit show, man. I personally didn't like it, if I'm being completely honest. Part of me thinks that those sort of shows are there to demonize the working class kind of thing. Because in the UK, there is this classist mentality. Like, there's a lot of like TV programs that will demean the working class, like Benefit, Fraud UK. Like they'll, do you know what I mean? Like they'll target like benefit scroungers and dysfunctional families, and those families do exist. There's no doubt about it, but the majority of working class people are just that. They're hardworking. They're trying to get through their daily grind and raise a family. But I don't like what the Jeremy Kyle show stood for. And I thought it was fucking disgusting, if I'm being honest. And I think that guy's a fucking cretin, Jeremy Kyle. I think he's an absolute scumbag. Nordic raised a good point about Jeremy Kyle. I wouldn't be surprised if that guy is like an intelligence asset of some description. I really wouldn't be surprised. So I've always thought that about Piers Morgan as well, to be honest. No worries, brother. No worries, man. Exactly, Nordic. Yeah, propaganda freak. That's exactly what he was. That's exactly what he was. Indeed, bump of K, yeah. And do you know what? That's one thing I can't fucking stand about people. Like, there's somebody, like, when I was working at the office, I used to go and get a coffee down a Starbucks near the office. And I don't really talk to anybody from my workplace, to be honest. I don't really like many people. But anyway, I went down to Starbucks and one of my colleagues was there. And just the way this guy was talking to a barista, just because it's, you know, because he's like high up in his job and he thinks he's the shit. And the way he was talking to this girl was just fucking disgusting. I can't stand people who talk down to like fast food workers or retail workers. I can't fucking stand those people at all. Just winds me up so fucking much. Winds me up so much. We've all been there at some point. We've all had that sort of job. You know, it fucking winds me up so much. Like it just pisses me off beyond belief. Yeah, I agree, Brian Harkin. Yeah, the whole fight to me, Brian, though, like even in the UK, like we was talking about earlier, but the promotion doesn't seem as hyped as it usually is for Joshua. Yeah, him and Piers Morgan are the same government plants. Yeah. Yeah, one of my former managers at work used to be a cameraman on the Jeremy Kyle show. He said that he's a very horrible guy, treated everybody like shit. And yeah, this guy is supposed to be some sort of guru who's helping families out and resolving problems. Yeah, this guy in his own personal life was a fucking drug addict, a gambling addict, an alcoholic. He cheated on his wife numerous times. I mean, this guy, that guy is a piece of shit, Jeremy Kyle. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Recognize. I'm not surprised. Yeah, the soundest birds I know work at Primark, to be honest. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it's a two-way street, right? Like, you want to be served with, like, polite and shit, but like, yeah, you're gonna be a bit uppity if somebody's a cunt who's serving you. Fair enough, that's different. But like, the people who just automatically go in there and treat everybody like shit winds me up, man. Yeah, here in America, we have shows that demonize dysfunctional families like Maury and Jerry Springer. In Latin America, we had Laura Bozo, equivalent to Jeremy Kyle. She was hated in Peru. I agree, Chris. I totally agree. You can tell a lot about a person based on their interactions with service personnel. I totally agree. Yeah, totally agree. No, but I haven't, Iceman. I haven't. Exactly, GB Guthrie. Yeah, same. It doesn't matter what your job is, bro, regardless of your stage in life. I have respect for you just for working in general. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Max Kuckerman, I talk down to the upper class. And yeah, usually those are the type of people who they are very self-righteous and you know they'll say the right things when it's convenient, but like in their day-to-day lives they'll talk to like random people like shit who they deem below them. That is, a lot of those people are scumbags, man. And I'm not saying all, but like you know the type of people I'm talking about. Like I could give a fuck. I could be a millionaire, and I'd always be fucking courteous. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, Steve Wilkos. Yeah, I like his shit. Big up to Nosy Boy. Yeah, the amount of benefits Scrounger programs documentary series about rough estates making people look like freaks from 2010 to 2017 was insane. Channel 4 and Channel 5 were full of them. Yeah, yep. And also like can't pay, take it away. That sort of thing. I just don't like that shit, man. I really don't. Maybe, Brian, it might be the fear that of AJ losing why this fight hasn't been promoted. I just think it's because maybe Sky know the future of Anthony Joshua. If they know he's not going to re-sign, I can see why they're not promoting it as hard. They're going to try and save some money promotional wise. Yeah, man, looking forward to it, Nosy Boy. Yeah, that's what I think it is recognised. I think it's down to Sky Sports. I think they probably know the future of Joshua, and maybe he's not going to re-sign. So if it's his last fight, I guess they just want to save money on promotional costs because they know it's going to sell well regardless. It's Joshua; he's always going to sell well. So I think that's what it comes down to, really, just money. Whatever job you have, you can be professional, and I respect it. I don't understand why people can't understand that. Yeah, exactly, man. But like somebody was mentioning earlier, I do think it's like representative of like what somebody is like as a person. You can see it in how they treat people, who is who you know who may be lower down than them on the social or financial ladder. I guess you would say. I just can't. I just cannot stand people like that, honestly. But it is what it is. Yeah, scumbag bailiff shows. Yep, can't pay, take it away. Yeah, I mean it's natural, Brandon, man. It's natural. It is natural, and those people do exist, man. Those people do exist. There's no doubt about it. But it just gives an unfair representation of what the working class people are really like in general. Just my opinion. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's why I don't pay for a TV license, Nordic man. I'm not going to fund that shit. I'm not going to fund that shit. Yeah, that's another thing, Max. A lot of those blue collar guys are making six figures more than the snobs. Yep. Plumbers, electricians. Like my mate's a plumber. And like he said the same thing, like how his mates all went to uni, like all his mates are like kind of uppity and like upper class, and they all went to university. They all kind of look down on him for learning a trade. They look down on him. Skip forward 4 or 5 years, he's got his own house, he's earning good money, and most of those guys who went to university, they're not working the jobs they want to, and they're still living at home. Yet they look down at him for learning a trade. Do you know what I mean? I respect all of the employees at Hooters. I respect that they take their job seriously. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Listen, if I ever make it, I'm going to open my own Hooters in America. When I move to America, I'm going to open my own Hooters bar. That's the plan. And you best believe I'll treat the staff with extreme respect, kindness. That's the dream, man. That's the dream. Oh, Copendo9, cheesecake. Cheesecake, without a doubt. I love cheesecake. And I like tiramisu. Tiramisu and cheesecake is my go-to. I'm not a big like dessert fan, to be honest, but I do like them. I don't really have a sweet tooth, to tell you the truth. I'll be your first customer. I missed some comments. Yeah, YouTube replaced TV. Sean O'Connell, AJ isn't well known in the States because of that Andy put an end to the gardener at war, being a warrior in the garden. Is this that disturbed reality guy with 100k subs and a load of bitches? Shit. I've been hit up in the DMs a couple of times. Fucking hell. Yeah, any mates who look down on you for picking up a trade instead of wasting time and getting into debt at uni are not true mates at all. Yeah. But he's the soundest guy in the world as well. But he's like, I've met his other mates and they're fucking pricks. Can't stand them. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, chocolate mousse cake and cheesecake. That's the sort of shit I like. Again, I've not really got a sweet tooth, but now and again, that's the sort of shit I like. I'm still on the fence, bro. I'm on the fence. I'm not really predicting. I'm just going to enjoy it. Again, my whole thing is just hopefully it's a fair fight. That's all I want. A fair fight, fair judging, fair refereeing. I know that's a lot to ask for in 2021, but it's what I'm hoping for. You never responded back to my DM. I guess so, yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I do like a vanilla milkshake. I ain't gonna lie. Outside of the aging Deontay Wilder, is there any American heavyweight on the horizon to shake up the status quo? Jared Anderson is the one to look out for. He's very young, 22 years old, but he looks like he's got a lot of good attributes for a heavyweight. He can actually work the body, which is a plus in the heavyweight division. Nice punch selection. Seems pretty powerful. He looks good. I like Jared Anderson. I've done the worst jobs for little or no money. You got to pay the rent. Exactly, Brian. Recognize his favorite dessert is Lucky Charms cereal. Lockett's leaning towards Usyk on points. I'm surprised. I see a lot of people picking Usyk on points. I'm surprised by that. It was just too wide, man. But maybe they wanted Fury to win it. Fuck knows. I've got a friend who lives in London, and he told me most are super hyped for AJ Usyk. Yeah, the London crowd definitely will be, yeah. The London crowd definitely will be. Everyone's favorite biscuit or chocolate bar. I mean, I'm basic, bro. I like a good old fashioned Mars bar. A good old fashioned Mars bar, cold, fucking lovely, man. Or Snickers. I like Snickers as well. That's what I'm saying, Nordic. Yeah, I can't see it. Yeah. So Jared Anderson, he's fighting on the Wilder Fury card. He's fighting an unbeaten Russian southpaw, Vladimir Tereshkin. He's got a bit of a padded record, Tereshkin, but he's like 6'5", 6'6", southpaw. It's a good test for somebody at that stage of his career. And yeah, I think he's being moved well, Jared Anderson. And he seems to be quite a level-headed young man as well. Seems to be quite level-headed. See, I'm not a fan of chocolate orange. I don't like chocolate when it's been infused with like fruit flavor, like orange or anything like that. I'm not a fan. Same with like mint chocolate's okay, but I don't like my chocolate being fucked with. You know, just me though. Custard creams or bourbons, you can't go wrong. Nah, I never tried it. Yeah, maybe Jared. Yeah, Milky Way's all right. You know, don't I do like a Milky Way. One chocolate bar I do like though, which kind of contradicts what I said earlier, is a good like a nice fucking cold Bounty. I don't mind Bounty now and again. Chocolate covered pretzels. See, I can't imagine that. See, I've never really had pretzels. Like the pretzels over here are shit. More than likely, I didn't really like them, but I'm guessing because it's like they're made here. But I guess American pretzels will be nice. So I can't really think of that. That's where I live, Dell, just off White Hart Lane. It's getting busy now. Yeah. Down in Tottenham. I think Usyk may have a perfect build for heavyweight upsets. 6'3", 220 can be kryptonite for the bigger heavyweights. I agree. Totally agree. I'm hyped for it, man. I'm really hyped. Like, I've got shit to do, man, but I'm too hyped. Leave it till tomorrow. Yeah, bounties are good. I do like bounties. It has to be cold, though, Nordic. You know, when it's like been in the fridge for a few hours. Like, really nice and cold. Yeah, flapjacks are nice. Flapjacks are nice. Yep, a 12. I do like chocolate, but I just don't buy it much. I rarely buy it. I've got to really fancy it kind of thing. Got to really, really fancy it. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. I've got a few things I need to attend to before this card starts. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed the fight tonight. And hopefully it's a good fight. And yeah, smash the like, all that good stuff. And yeah, man, have a great weekend, guys. I'm going to wrap this one up. Peace.